Speaking here? Who's speaking here? Huh? Right. In other words, when the Lord came on the scene, right, he spoke from his mouth, and when you read down, when he left, there were two men that were standing there. They were angels. They were dressed in white. And then, you know how we know they were angels? Because they said that, look, you see them going up into that cloud, you're going to come back the same way. So they wasn't no regular men.
No.
Those were angels. And that's why they were dressed in white. So it was Yahweh Shai that talked to him because he rose. He was crucified, then he rose, then he came and showed himself at the end of the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which that's also called the Passover week, right? And when he came on the scene, that's when you had what was called the Feast of Weeks or the Tabernacles, all right? The Feast of Tabernacles, which goes after the first day, you count 7 Sabbaths, and the 49 days plus 1, which lands on the 50th day.
Right.
Because that's why when they sat down at the upper room, that was called what? The Feast of Pentecost. And the word Pentecost is Greek. That means 50. So you had the 7th Sabbath, then you had another day on top of that. In other words, the first day you leave alone, then you count 7 Sabbaths. So it adds up to 50 days. Okay?
And he was with them for 40 of those days.
That's the 40th day.
Right.
And when he made the statement, read that statement again.
For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days hence.
Now, when he said not many days hence, how many days did it take for them to get that power? Huh? People should know that.
How many days?
I just explained the Pentecost.
50.
No, brother. 10 days.
10 days.
Because he was there. That's all right. He rose and he stayed with him for how many days? 40 days. Look it up.
Yeah.
Then he said, look, he said, John baptized, but ye shall be baptized by what? You can read it again.
For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit.
And the Holy Spirit came down in the form of fire.
God.
And he said, not many days hence. So that was 10 days later, when they were sitting down at the closing of the Feast of Weeks. Then the cloven tongues came down in the form of fire and laid on each of the 12 heads. Okay? Go ahead.
When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Because they said, well, look, we thought you were going to come down and take down the Romans, but the Romans wound up beating you and hanging you, but you said you're going to raise again, and then you came back from the dead. So they said, well, look, that proves that you got the power. So surely you're going to take this man down, and we're going to set up the kingdom. That's why Paul made the statement that he made that I just read. Okay? Go ahead.
And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the utmost parts of the earth.
Now, if you look up the word utmost part of something, that's the end of something. If there was in the Middle East, give me the map, the world map.
It's right there.
When the Lord told him that 2,000 years ago, when the Lord told him that, where were they? They were over here. He said, you're going to prophesy in Jerusalem and Galilee and Samaria. And then he said, and in the uttermost parts of the earth. Where's the uttermost parts of the earth? All the way over here, man. All the way over here in America. So we back here on the other side of the earth. The uttermost part of the earth is talking about the end of the earth. If you're on one end, then you go to the other end. All right?
Yeah, so that proves reincarnation.
That's reincarnation right there, man.
Then remember.
So this is the last go around, man.
Right.
So he was telling them, you know when the Lord gonna come back?
Right.
When I'm gonna come back, you gotta go through hell for 2,000 years. Then when you rise back up and you figure out the scriptures and you go out and teach on the highways and the hedges like you did 2,000 years ago, that time I'm going to come. So he's going to come at this time. All right?
Okay.
Go ahead, read on.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received them out of their sight.
That was a ship, a so-called UFO, so you can understand. All right? Now let's go back to Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3.
You got a question?
Yeah. So basically, this is the last go around as far as reincarnation. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
All right.
Well, this man, we ain't going into captivity no more. We ain't going into captivity no more. All right?
Generations shall not pass.
Go ahead and bring it out. Matthew 24.
Yahushua made a statement. He said to the disciples, he said, "Lo, I am with you even to the end of the world." So the spirit of Yahushua is with us now.
Because we're in the end of the world.
Because he ain't here in physical form. He's in the heavens waiting to come
Well,
back.
he's here. He's
But
right
he's
here.
spiritual.
That's the comforter.
Yeah.
John 14 is a comforter. It ain't no man. Ain't no chubby fat man walking around in Harlem.
Right.
All right? It's the scriptures, okay? That's why the man, let me tell you something about Comfy and them clowns, man. When we first came out here, they tried to go head to head with us on the YouTube, man.
Yep.
When it comes to YouTube, you can't deal with GMS, man. We're the Floyd Mayweather of Israel, man. You can't deal with us, man. Even those clowns in the black unconscious community, man. They came and tried to do their shit, but then they back there. They ain't coming back no more, man.
Yeah, because
Huh?
it's like comfort in the Bronx now.
I don't care where the hell they are, man.
They're where?
I got this.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Now, being that this is the last go around for reincarnation, because pretty much all of us have been here before, in one form or another.
Yep.
Is there a way we can find out how we live and how we die?
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. Give me that. Come on, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 1. Hold up, brother. Hold up. I'm gonna deal with his question.
Ecclesiastes.
Some things you should not know, brother, and that's one of them.
And then go to 1 Corinthians 13.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been.
You're the thing. You're the thing. I'm the thing. We're the things. Go ahead.
That's the
The
thing.
thing that hath been. It is that which shall be.
In other words, you live and you die. You go in the grave. You come back in the reincarnation. You live again. You die. You go in the grave, and so forth. Go ahead.
It says, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
You're not new, because you were here before. You just came back in another body. Go ahead.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
Aren't you a thing? You're a thing. I'm a thing. Because you're made up of elements. Read that again.
Con. It says, is there anything?
Is there anything? The tree, the pole, whatever, the cars, the rubber, everything is recycled. Even Esau, he tells you he'll have in the garbage can recycled plastic. They'll take the plastic, melt it down, and recycle it again. So the plastic is not new. All right? Anything you put in the earth, it becomes a part of soil, and it comes back again. So we come back too. All right? Go ahead, Ak.
It says, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time,
Go ahead.
which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things.
That's how. There's no remembrance of. So you can't say I was this guy. I was rolling, picking corn, and the master whipped me 3 times. And that was Master Reynolds.
Reynolds, yeah.
So I'm gonna get his ass. Cause you know what? If you knew that, you would go on Facebook. You would look up Master Reynolds, and you go there and kill his ass,
Go
man.
kill his ass, yeah.
You know.
Another thing, too.
And then, hold up.
I'm sorry.
If we had all our remembrance, wouldn't we remember that we're Israel? Wouldn't every Jake walking up and down know that they're Israel
good point.
and know, oh, that's an Edomite? Kill his ass.
That's right.
The Most High had to block that from us, man.
That's right. Plus,
That's why Paul said what he said in 1 Corinthians the 13th chapter. And these guys are saying that's talking about the scriptures.
that's right.
Damn dummies.
Got it. 1 Corinthians 13 and 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But
Now,
when
what do we know in part? We don't know everything that the Most High gave us. We know what the Most High gave us in the scriptures.
Right.
I can't say, I'll use this example. I can't say, yeah, I'm Paul, because I checked my, you know, everybody say I'm Paul, right?
Right.
I don't know that I'm Paul.
I check my lineage.
I check my lineage and I'm Paul.
Right.
Or this brother might be Isaiah. Yeah, I think I'm Isaiah.
Right.
We're going to look at the brother funny, man. Now, he might be Isaiah. He might be Isaiah.
Right.
All right? But then again, he might not be Isaiah.
I'm Ezekiel the prophet.
I'm Ezekiel the prophet.
I went to Paul's tomb and we dug up the relics and we did a DNA test and compared it to mine.
Yeah, that's it. You don't know who you are, man. Because it wasn't given to you, man.
Then it wouldn't be about faith. If you know who you are in the past, then you just know.
Yeah, you're a great. I'm gonna go out no more. I'm this guy.
I'm Ezekiel. I'm gonna make it.
I'm Isaiah.
Right.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
Right.
You know.
It says, for we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a
That's
child.
it on that. That's it on that. Anyway, everything that we do is in part. The example is a reincarnation thing. You don't know who you were in a past life, you know?
Verse 12.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, for now we see through a glass darkly.
That's it. Go ahead.
But then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. Because the Most High, the Most High knows who we are in the spirit. Each individual spirit, He knows who that spirit is. But we don't know.
In the kingdom, we're going to know who we were. We're going to know, oh, you was this guy and you were that guy. You know?
You know what's heavy? I'm sorry, Elder.
No, go ahead.
You know what's
Go ahead,
heavy? That when the prophets and the disciples and the apostles of the Lord saw certain visions and they commended certain men for standing stiffly for the word, they were looking at themselves in there. But they didn't recognize themselves.
Yeah, they didn't know.
You see?
Yeah.
Because that spirit was back, but it was in a different body.
That's right.
Because you look different than you are, but your spirit is still the same.
Oh, read that one in Daniel.
Actually, it's a vision that
Stand in thy lot.
it was a vision that Ezra saw. He saw the true men of the Most High standing before the throne and the Lord and all that, you know?
And you know, the one in Daniel, you said stand in thy lot. That proves it too.
This is Daniel chapter 12 verse 13. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot.
You know what it means, rest, right? But thou shalt rest. Yeah.
To die.
Exactly, to die. That's right. Go ahead.
It says, but go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot.
What does it mean, stand in thy lot? What was Daniel? He was a prophet. So
you're going to come back as a prophet.
Come back as a prophet.
Give me that in Corinthians also. The spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets.
Hey, can I add this? That's the same for Esau too, and the other nations. The scripture says the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, right? That goes for everybody. Case in point, these so-called presidents of the United States, which we taught this years ago, Elder Tahar and the rest of us, a lot of them guys are the same, them Caesars, because this is Rome. Hey man, whole kingdoms are reincarnated, man. This is Rome. This is the Roman
The leaders
Empire.
that you see now, Barack Obama and Bush and Reagan, all those guys were back in the Roman Empire. They were in their lot. The Caesars back then are back here now in their high positions, man.
That's right. Julius Caesar, all these different guys, those are the same, because America's Rome, man. Yeah. I mean, it's Egypt, it's Sodom and Gomorrah, it's all Babylon, Assyria, all these different kingdoms. I'm so Salaki, brother. All these different kingdoms mixed into one, but primarily Rome, man. And we can prove it's Rome right here. You go down, you go a little further downtown.
That's Roman architecture right there, man.
Yeah, but go a little further downtown. We on 34th. Keep going a little further downtown by South Ferry and Fulton Street and Wall Street. When the court buildings,
Especially Wall Street.
Wall Street, we speak down there.
like Rome.
You think you in goddamn Rome, ancient Rome, man? Okay, so this is Rome all over. And these so-called Edomites, these are the same Romans and the Greeks. The Caesars are the presidents coming back. Same people, man. doing the same thing. You come back and you're saying lot. Like Bill Clinton, he was a so-called president. He was one of them Roman Caesars,
Yeah,
man.
we believe he was Julius Caesar.
We believe he was Julius Caesar.